Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ivy. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. If not, the slogan still remains, lazima tujikaze. Life is crazy, but you are crazier. Pambana nayo, you know. So before we get into the video, two things. I hope you guys had the opportunity to check out the last video that I dropped. I dropped it on Friday, so it's really cool. So you should definitely check it out. I am biased, but yeah. The second thing, I'm currently rocking one of my brother's various hoodies that he has in his collection. I'm definitely going to drop the information hapo kwa description box. His handle is Black Fashion, but kila kitu itakuwa tu hapo kwa description box, so don't worry about it. Nai weather, you need to cop yourself one, sindio. It's really soft, really chill. For the girlies who like big hoodies, this is definitely for you. It has this kind of vibe outside, alafu on the inside it's orange and it's super soft. And then the coolest part about it is, because we live in Nairobi, ukifika tu ile place yenye unajua watu anaweza kutoka simu, sindio, you can just put it on the inside, because guess what, there are inner pockets to this beautiful hoodie, sindio. Alafu ikona the kofia, sindio. So that's what's up. Alafu at the back there's like some subtle writing of his brand, so it's not like all up in your face. So that's like the coolest part about it. I'm going to insert some few photos of how it looks, and then go get yourself one, sindio. So anyway, I was thinking about what I will talk about in this EP. So I did what I normally do, just went on Pinterest and I stumbled upon this quote. Let me just read it so that I am able to make sure that I get the writer's the owner of the quote's name right. Cindy. So the quote goes this way: the unfed mind devours itself. The unfed mind devours itself. It's by Gore Vidal. So I sat with this quote for a minute and I wondered, okay, is there truth to it? And if so, can I connect it from a faith-based point of view? Lo and behold, I actually can. But before I get into the verses, this was my interpretation of the verse, of the quote. It's speaking about the mind and distraction. Sindio, layman's, the mind and distraction. So this basically means that while you stay stagnant doing nothing, your mind destroys itself from within. And then at the end of everything, you come to find out that you never really achieved as much as you wanted to achieve. Sindio. So this basically means that us as human beings have been created to continuously produce. Sindio, we have artistry within ourselves. So because of that, we cannot allow ourselves to stay the same. Sindio. So I was able to look through some of the verses. So I wanted to read two of them for you guys. The first verse that we are going to delve into, Simnajoa 2, Proverbs. Proverbs holds a lot of wisdom. In the instances where you really, really feel like you are super wise, just get into it and be reminded of how foolish you are. Because when you exalt yourself as wise, you are lazima ushukishwe kidogo. Humility, you're reminded that you know just that much, but you do not know everything. Sindio. So the first verse is going to be from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5, and it says, "Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance." Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. Let's deal with the first portion of that verse, and then we'll get into the second portion. So the first portion is telling us about wisdom and listening. In our um, in life at the moment, when someone attains wisdom to some certain extent, they get prideful. They don't want to be told, like, what are you telling them? You can't teach them anything new. Yet we are reminded in the Bible that you who are wise should always ensure that your ears are open and ready to listen. Your ears are open and ready to listen. Sindio, in that regard, this is what I was able to get as a breakdown from that first portion. Wisdom comes from listening. Sindio, the famous saying of, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a specific purpose. Sindio, listen more, speak less. So when you do have wisdom and you listen to the counsel of those around you, and you listen to what is going on in life, you're able to have an understanding of new topics. You are able to have an understanding of people's different opinions. You're able to have an understanding of people's different ways and views of life. But disclaimer comes in here. You don't necessarily have to take each and every single thing that you listen to and fully apply it into your life. In the same way that you're listening, you should also ensure that you use the same wisdom that you are continuously accumulating to make the decisions on what to take and what not to take. So in the same way, like, as much as you're getting information being deposited into your being, you have to ensure that you're using wisdom to filter out what is in alignment with who you want to become or who you are, and also the ones that don't make sense to you, unaachana nazo, but you always have to ensure that your being is open to receive information. Sindio, don't be so stuck up or umejifunga sana that you feel like you are better than everyone else. And the saying goes, if you are the smartest one in the room, you are in the wrong room. So for the second portion of that verse, it says, "And let the discerning get guidance." Discern is what? Discern means that you are able to distinguish between something good that's happening and something bad that's happening. Sindio. So from having a sort of discerning spirit, you might find yourself not wanting to get counsel on what to do and what not to do, because you feel that you already know how to distinguish between the right and the wrong path. But the Bible reminds us that even that person who is discerning should also be open to guidance. Sindio. Higher. So that's the first verse. Then we get into the second verse, which is also in Proverbs still, and we're getting into Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Proverbs 4:7, and it says, "The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it cost all you have, get understanding." The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it cost you all you have, get understanding. Still a reiteration of chapter 1. If you want to learn, the first part of this verse talks about, if you want to gain, the first step of having wisdom is getting wisdom. And how do you get wisdom? Through learning from others who have treaded the path that you're planning to tread in the same way. Learning from them, having mentors who are in alignment with the kind of life that you want. Sindio. Exposing yourself to circles and people who um, are moving in the direction that you want them to go. The underlying factor of this is when you seek wisdom, you have to seek wisdom that edifies you with regard to the kind of human being that you are. Because you have to remember you are building yourself as an individual. So because you're building yourself as an individual, you have to make sure you're using the right materials. And the right materials is the right kind of spaces, the right kind of peers. And that's why a lot of people in the corporate world and even people like business moguls continuously tell us networking. They say your network is your net worth. Sindio, see, you've had that so many times, and this is a reminder that who you are interacting with gets to deposit into your being. Sindio. So continuous interactions mean that you're continuously getting information into your being, and then it inevitably shapes how you choose to live your life and even how you choose to speak. Sindio. The other part of the verse is talking about, though it cost all you have, get understanding. Though it cost all you have, get understanding. I can speak to it in two ways. The first way, monetary cost. If you choose to pursue like a course, higher learning, it will cost you some money. It will cost you your time. We can look at it from a second perspective. If you choose to enhance yourself with regard to seeking wisdom and bettering yourself, it will cost you friendships. Sindio, it will cost you loved ones. You might want to move. You might want to have these individuals move with you at the same pace that you are choosing to go, but then unfortunately, you find that maybe they are not interested in growing as much as you want to grow. So you have to leave them behind. Sindio. So I really sat with the quote and these two verses for a while, and it really reminded me that everything with regard to living a life that is godly and prosperous all comes from the Bible. People might come up with ideas and ways of how to do this and that, but the wisdom that is hidden in the Bible continuously reminds us that everything that we need to live a godly life has been given to us. So, going back to the quote, it's saying, the unfed mind devours itself. The unfed mind devours itself. This means, yes, I have done a breakdown at the beginning, but let's delve deeper into it. As human beings, we are created to produce. We are created in the image and likeness of God, as indicated in Genesis. I'm definitely going to also have it up here. In Genesis, God speaks to himself, in the Trinity, and he says, let us make man in our own image and likeness. When you look at one of the aspects of God's characters, is that he created earth and he continues to create because babies keep getting born. There's just a lot of creation still going on. Cindy, even the aspect of trees growing, the aspect of nature continuously being taken care of by him, we're able to see the continuity of creation. So, us being created in the image and likeness of God results in us having the aspect of him of creating. So when you choose to only be a consumer, it affects how you live as an individual. Cindy, I remember there's this lady I was talking to when she had come to clear with the office once she had alikuwa ameshafika time ya kuretire, si ndio? So anakuja kuclear nini vitu kama hizo. So one of the one thing that she said to me that really stuck with me was, don't give your life to just working one specific way or one specific job all your life. Because unfortunately for me, I feel unfulfilled. I have worked for this organization for the past, she said 20 something years, holding the same position. And now that I am exiting, there's nothing I can, as in, there's nothing that I can show. Nezasema tu, okay, I worked there for 20 something years. But other than that, there wasn't really a level of fulfillment. Sindio. Another scenario I can give is I was listening to a YouTube video. I'm going to insert it so that you guys check it out. I would definitely recommend you guys watch it. And this lady was talking about, and she's not the only one who says it, she was talking about how a 9 to 5 will never make you rich. Unajua, we're not saying it so that, she wasn't saying it rather, and I also believe in it as well. She's not saying it so that people can be afraid of venturing into a 9 to 5 job. She's saying it so that you can be able to have an understanding that as much as you are getting to this job and making an income, you have to continuously ensure that you have a hustle of your own that gives you a level of fulfillment while still bringing an income as well. Sindio. And you also have to indulge in hobbies, you also have to indulge in like things that just make you feel alive. You know, like the disadvantage of choosing to just consume or choosing to just have a robotic lifestyle is that at the end of everything there's very little fulfillment, and then you end up finding out that because of having not creating an outlet for yourself, unapata you start having depressive episodes because you have so much time in your hands and you choose not to use it in a wise way. Unapata your thoughts become way more than they were in the past. Unajua, the craziest thing about your thoughts is, one, the things inside here, the fears inside here are bigger than what is actually there. An example would be, unaweza taka kuoga na maji baridi, akili yako inakwambia hii maji itakuwa baridi sana, we literally cannot. Then you step into the cold shower, definitely mwili yako inatandikwa into a serious zap. But then after you're done with it, you're like, bro, it wasn't even as scary as I had anticipated. And then two, you find that because the enemy is not able to have a conversation with you face to face, because if you did have a conversation with him face to face, first of all, you will be running. Unaona, because wewe haezi kwambia fear not. You know. And second of all, unamtandika na rebukes. I rebuke you because like, you know. So he attacks you in your mind. He causes the thoughts that he plants in your mind to sound like you, and they're very deprivatory. So you continue to just get into this loop, into this cycle of fear, worry, anxiety, nothingness. You know, because you stay bound and you're only living in your thoughts. But when you choose to not obey your mind with regard to how you want to live and you actually do it, you find out that it wasn't even that crazy. And then you come to find out that, especially when you find yourself in those situations, you're rarely reading your Bible, you know, because you're just like so defeated. You don't understand the purpose of life at that particular point in time. So you are retracting away from life, the world, and God himself. So now uko tu hapo a serious target, you know. So I'm saying this to say, every single day, make sure that you do one thing that scares you. You do one thing that causes your body to move in a certain way, and you also do one thing that ensures that you improve your mental capacity. It will be maybe working out. You know, for those people who don't enjoy working out, you just push your body. And if you don't like ati weights and going to the gym, nini, there's the provision of long walks, there's the provision of jogging. You know, kwanza jogging, jogging unasikia ni kama unaenda kukufa, but did you die though? You didn't, you know. So delve into that aspect. You know, there's swimming. You know, if you don't like swimming, or if you don't know how to swim, reach out to my sister. She is like she's a certified life coach. I'm going to have her information hapo chini pia, you know. With regard to improving your mental capacity, you can read books, you can listen to podcasts that make sense, you can listen to people's TikToks that are uplifting and enlightening. Unajua si kila saa gossip inakula akili, because you're busy worrying about other people's lives. Who's worrying about yours? You know, it's good to focus on yourself, build a life for yourself. Ile yenye mtu ataka kuandika kitabu about your life, it's going to sell because it's so fulfilling and beautiful, sindio? And then with regard to doing something that is scary, inaweza kuwa kuoga na maji baridi. It can be as simple as that. Na wale wenye wamezoea kuoga na maji baridi, tokeni kwa chat. Mnakuanga mnajifanya, but I want to be like you guys. You know, but anyway, kuoga na maji baridi inaweza kuwa kwanza YouTube. You know, like it's scary to put yourself out there, but it's better than coming to the end of your life and being like, I wish, regrets. Sindio? So you'd rather ensure that you use your body, your being to the full capacity of where it requires, like penye inaweza fika, like extend yourself kabisa, like stretch your being all the way to make sure that when God is taking back the breath that he gave you, uko empty kabisa, yani amekutumia vile alikuwa anataka, and you have ensured that your generations to come know that it is possible because you have done it, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to share some of these gems with you guys, because I figured that was like a really big, it was a really heavy quote, and I just needed to speak on it. So for those of you who have some information, some gems on, you know, just firing up the mind, firing up the being at large, you know, tuonge hapo kwa comment section. Let me know what you are currently doing. And for those who are choosing not to do anything, ongea na sisi pia hapo kwa comment section, so that at least you may be able to get encouragement. Unajua, don't hide, don't stay away thinking that ati everyone else is moving on with their lives, so I'm left behind, so I just have to stay behind. You really don't have to, you know. Let's be as interactive as possible, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. God bless you. Bye.